Hello there YouTube, so I just wanted to make a guide about how to counter Evelyn, but it can also be a Aatrox versus Gangplank guide, whatever, whichever you choose, right? But it's more so about focusing how to counter her early game in general, then she will be useless. In the rest of the game, here's the thing. Most of the times, if she is patting towards you, we don't know where she is, but most of the junglers will just leave a oh, I clicked on the wrong team. So most of the junglers will leave a ward on this side, and they will recall so they don't get invaded early on, but later on you still can invade them, right? It's for early camp steals and invades, but if you have priority on mid or top, you can invade him with your jungler, or without. Without it's a bit risky, but depends if the enemy laners can rotate or not. It depends on your champion's mobility. For example, I walk all the way down, they try to follow me up. I can just dash through a wall, you know, and just get out as Aatrox, as Tryndamere, right? So with some champions it's more risky because you don't have an escape in case they rotate on you, then that can be a problem. Okay. So, you know, in here not much happens, let's just skip a little bit, you know, basic laning phase stuff. He's playing as passively as possible around my Qs, I'm slowly pushing into it. It's important to slow push, don't push it too fast. You need to push in 2 waves in the same tempo as she arrives in here, right? So, or at the wolves at least, right? So, you don't have to over push it, because let me reveal it to you guys if you guys don't know the Evelyn clear. Fuck it. So you can visually see she's here. There is no reason to rush, because if you rush it too quickly, she will know, and you won't be able to ambush her correctly, right? So there is no reason for now to turbo rush this. You're just slowly pushing it. I reveal my camera so you guys can visually see. I will meet her at wolves or blue in between those buffs. And then I'm just slowly pushing, not rushing anything. Not rushing anything, you don't have to. But make sure you push under the tower 2 waves. 100% you need to make it sure you push it under. It's not okay if he holds a freeze or something. Probably he can't hold this many minions, but it's not okay if he does. I guess he can with corrupting, right? Now I'm rotating downwards. You can see that's where Evelyn is, right? And I've been pinking help. Watch out, I pinked for help, my jungler, because here's the thing. If he comes and we invade her, then we can kill her for sure. But it's not a big deal if you see the opponent laners aren't rotating, right? Also Victor can't really shove and rotate correctly in this matchup right now. It means that I can invade her right now because none of them are really rotating. Now in here Udyr should have been followed me up. I actually don't know why didn't he give a shit. He tunneled into full clearing, same as the enemy Evelyn tunneled into full clearing. And in here I almost stole her warps. That was a slight mistake from my part. I didn't queue correctly. I didn't queue in time, I guess. I W her. And she didn't get a good flash angle, that's why she didn't flash, right? Because I would just flash Q after her, right? She could only flash into the wall or in here, which wouldn't be a good spot. And I ignite her, and I auto her. She flashes, but... no, she doesn't actually. She doesn't, she just dies, right? Because I can keep my flash for her, of course, right? And in here, watch out what I do. I don't care. He has the wave, he has the freeze, we don't care. We don't care about that. Now Udyr should been already here, honestly. He should been skip Krugs, but I guess it's whatever, not a big deal. We can play around that we sometimes gonna get some stubborn junglers. And in here, I actually not going back. I was like, I'm gonna proc the plant, see where she is. She's not here yet. But you don't have to do this, you can just get the 2 camps, you know, you don't have to do this. And in here, I should start this earlier, of course, right? I started for him, I Q it, I auto it, I do all that. We see Sylas is mid, Gangplank is low, there is no danger for me, right? Let me turn on my side, I mean, I see both, oh fuck, enemy team. My side, right? So this is what we see, right? Nobody's rotating, and I also got my E and my flash in the worst case scenario. I pulled together both of these camps, right? Now Udyr, I think in here he will go for... no, he skipped Krugs, and in here I pulled the other thing together so we can multi-camp it. And in here we are staying for Evelyn, you know, we are not... I'm staying in here for Evelyn, and Sylas could rotate as well. But Sylas and Evelyn don't really win a 2v2 against us, right? I don't know why did I walk backwards, I should have actually positioned. And in here I Q her, she flashes. Yep, she just flashes. I didn't have my W up and I helped him a tiny bit in here, of course, just a tiny bit. In here I Q also the Krugs, which wasn't really needed. I should have rotated probably, but you know, it's just a tiny bit of help. Problem is now I don't have my Q in lane, so that's that, but probably it wouldn't be useful. Now I'm back in lane, we know where Evelyn is, and now we can invade her again later on. He actually does, look. This is how you wrecked an Evelyn, because she thought I don't know why I mean, she has no bot side camps, she has no top side camps. I don't know why is she here. She could then maybe try to get the bot side scuttle scrub, but the problem is we got both mid and top prio. I mean mid and bot prio, which means that she's in an awkward spot, you know. That's why Evelyn can be a really risky pick, you know. And in here both of them. In here I'm just out trading Gangplank, destroying his barrel. Not this time I guess. But I think I'm forcing a bit too hard his trades. Actually these are fine. I think later on I will force something that I shouldn't. Because he has a gigantic minion wave and flash, so I should be a tiny bit more careful in here. In here I could run out. Nah. In here I'm forcing too much because he gets level 5. He has a big chunk of wave. And now it's kinda difficult for me to last it because of his poke, so it just makes it a bit awkward. Now I'm picking up the cannon in here. I do. I W, I Q, I destroy his barrel. I didn't auto him, destroy his barrel. That was well played from my side, but the problem is I'm a bit behind. But here's the thing, I'm a bit behind with 1 level, right? And I have a big minion wave, but I will catch it up because I'm gonna heal up from the red and from the D shield. And here's the thing, I might be a bit behind with XP and gold, right? But if Evelyn's level 6 is delayed, which means ideally she can gank after 6 before 6 it's harder, it means a lot because normal wards work against her, you know, which means she's kinda useless. Also they usually go Dark Seal, which means she has 0 stacks in Dark Seal, she has no camps, and right now we know for sure she's bot side because she has only bot side camps up, right? Okay, let's go back to my team. Okay, like that. So in here I'm gonna kill him, but it's a 1-for-1, which is not that good because I forced the trade when he was level 5, I was 3, so that was misplayed from my side, of course. In here I wanted to destroy his barrel, but it's kinda risky, so I didn't bother. And in here I tried to all-in him, but he flashes, but it's fine because he burns his flash. And Gangplank not having flash in this matchup is kinda risky for him. I didn't really expect him flashing, but I guess it's fine. It's a 1-for-1 after all, and the minions I already soaked most of the XP from them. That's all I could do since I didn't play with TP. Okay. But I didn't play with TP, so I couldn't reset, but here's the positive side. Without Ignite I couldn't kill Evelyn, which means that she wouldn't beat this behind eventually, right? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team again. Red team. And I know for a reason she's taking her top side. She's patting from bottom up, so Odir is checking for camps right now. But I think he's a bit late on doing that. Maybe I could actually ping him, but I guess it's whatever at this point. Because his bot side camps come up faster than the top side ones, because she's there camper. But I guess he tried to do something. Guess he's draking, yeah, it's fine. I know Evelyn could be here for a reason, so I ward. And I don't have control wards yet because Evelyn can't be 6 yet since she's so behind. I could then leave a deeper ward, of course. So I'm not really scared of a possible Evelyn gank, right? Now Gangplank is 6, I'm almost 6, so as I said I'm a tiny bit behind because of the Evelyn roam. In here I mess up my Q, of course. In here I shove it in and I'm looking for to push it in, and let's see what I do right now. I'm looking for another invade, hoping she's around, but I was just checking, but I was too late on it as well. And then I pinged this, I assist ping this, because he could collapse with Serat possibly and the bot laners. As well as Silas, he has no mana though. Does he have biscuits? I guess he has biscuits, So it was warded and he couldn't secure it sadly. But I know Evelyn is there and Silas is mid, now I can play a bit more aggressively. So in here we just skip a tiny bit. In here not much happens. She gets invaded again, of course. Because my teammates are so ahead. Gangplank is looking to ult, that's why I pressure him so he can't like get a good value out of his ult. But I fight him because my teammates are fighting and he could get an ult off, you know. It's kinda like Shen, you know. Like he needs to move his camera to get his ult up, you know. So you can like kinda like try to deny it by fighting him, or even if his ult goes off, at least you get a trade on him, right? This is not for free, because if he's not moving it usually means that he's looking to ult, right? Same logic on Shen, often happens. So in here I shove the wave and I'm looking to invade Evelyn. Her camp is coming up in 30-40 seconds. Or also I could possibly collapse on the mid laner soon. But in here I was like shoving, I was moving my camera on mid lane. Maybe there is a ward where we die him. Then again her buff was coming up, right? Her wolves are coming up, oh they're actually up already. So it's a good invade angle, right? And Evelyn gets spotted in here. because I think she tried the bot gank, I'm not sure. But I think she was trying to gank or something. She's botted in here. So in here I could ban bait at the wolves, but I could ban also just clear them before she arrives until my abilities are up and the wolves are gone. So I decided to get them, because why not? And in here, I just all in her again, she greeds on her flash, and then I kill her. But then again, without her flash, she can't even gank, so if she gives up her flash before 6, then she can't really gank. I guess she didn't know I had this much damage or what, or she couldn't even flash, because I flashed after her, yeah. Yeah, it's just awkward. It's just awkward, because I could flash after her. And in here, I don't go top lane, I don't care about the wave. Until I arrive top lane, these minions will be there, I don't care about them. I see Sylas is mid, I don't care about Gangplank, most likely I can either escape him or fight him, so he's not an issue, right? You got to analyze the situation you are in, how risky it might be, and in here it's not too risky. I'm gonna pick up 2 camps, but eventually I'm gonna give the blue to Udyr because he wanted it, so I was like fine, whatever, take it. And in here it's again about denying camps. She has no bot side camps, right? And the only camps she could get 6 off is her own camps, top side, because she can't really invade the Udyr when she's this behind, right? So here's the thing, if these camps die, she is still under level 6, which means before 6 it's really hard to gank, right? Because even normal wards work against her, right? So nobody is forced to go for early control wards to deny their important item spikes, right? Because ideally at this point of the game she should be, around this time she should be 6. And in here, we can see I get both of the camps. I give... fuck. Oh, the camera is not manual. So, you know, manual camera on, he wanted it, so I gave it to him, you know, not a big deal. In here I could then walk all the way like this, not this, because he could then... Gangplank could be there, maybe he could kill me. So, we didn't play it safely enough in there. Now in here we just skip a tiny bit. You know, I'm just pushing, they are invading of course again. Like just because she's so behind from the early game, Udyr is so ahead of her with the XP, with gold, with kills that he's allowed to do this. He's just allowed to do this non-stop with the mid laner, with me, since we have both good mid and we have actually Frey on every single lane, you know. So in here he gets cut off sadly, but Gangplank at least has no ult against me. So that's kinda good. In here I'm just trying to force some trades which don't eventually work out. In here I get out short traded, so I back off. But in here he wants to cancel my recall, and I Q him. I don't EQ, I just Q him. Because he's in his Q animation as well, because he was so desperate to cancel my recall, which is actually needed in here. So, you know, I was just baiting him into this. I connect my Q, we all can see I connect my Q on him. I EQ, perfect. W auto attack the barrel, really good. Q, auto attack. In here I misclicked on a minion, that's why I couldn't reset my passive in time, I misclicked. But eventually he gets picked up anyway, so it's fine actually. He flashes in here, not a big deal, I Q flash and he's dead. Just like that. Then he's getting Herald because Evelyn has whatsoever no contest. Also she was revealed because a control ward from Udyr's side in here, which reveals her bot side presence, which helps us again a lot. So control wards, I could ban also, like I left my control ward in here, so now she's 6-0, she was level 5, around level 5-6 you can get control wards against her, so that can reveal her spot when she's invisible. Now in here I'm just getting a plate for myself, and then I'm resetting. Or will I hover around Herald? I think I will just... And in here Gangplank gets tilted because I destroy every single of his barrels. So the counterplay against Gangplank is learning how to destroy his barrels. If you know how to time your auto attack against his barrels, you are halfway there, like you already know the Gangplank matchup, you know. That's what I would say. Now in here he picked up the Herald, we are chipping the tower's HP down to the point where we can just simply Herald it, and we just get a lot of value, and Evelyn can't really stop us, because if she steps up, maybe she's gonna deal some damage, but I just gonna simply just escape it. In here I proxy the wave, which I shouldn't. I think it's kinda dangerous what I do, because if Sylas and Evelyn is here I might be dead, so I should then just allow the wave to step up and clear it from this side. This was an unnecessary risk, but also it accelerates the speed I can like get the wave and reset. But this was oh, Sylas is mid actually, it's fine. But it wasn't on my map, so it's risky what I did, and I wouldn't recommend that, because you can get it few seconds later, which means that it's less so risky, so I wouldn't do that what I did there. Okay, so in here I just reset, I have shit ton of gold. I'm buying my gold drinker into Sherilda's Grudge. I usually go Grudge if I'm looking to carry the game. It's really good to carry. In here I went Mercury Threads, they have a lots of AP and CC, but I could ban also go Ionian Boots. In fact, earlier on I could ban go Ionian Boots in games where I feel like I'm gonna snowball and I have an easy matchup. I usually go Ionians. But it's totally fine to go Mercury Threads, because they have some level of CC and AP damage, so that's totally fine. In here I was just looking to gank mid possibly, but I rather went on top lane. I'm picking up the top wave. There's not much to say in here. She gets invaded on again because because we can do it, we can afford it, right? So like here's the thing, if Evelyn does not want to be invaded, their teammates need to permanently hover around her, which means they need to give up plates and waves, right? So that just puts her team into an awkward spot. Okay. Now in here, not much happens. I destroy his barrel again. Thank you for 10 gold. I go for an EQ, I ult, I ignite, I miss the middle part of my Q, I rushed my Q. The only reason why I didn't pick up that kill because I rushed my Q. I should then time it when he gets pulled back, so I get the middle part of my Q, which deals of course more damage than the side parts of the third Q. Right in the middle you deal more damage. In here I pick up her wolves, cause why not? Silas is mid, Evelyn can't really solo kill me, but probably I shouldn't give up my Gordon card, because if she appears then I might be trouble if I don't have Gordon card healing, might be. And of course in here we see Silas mid, Gangplank there, so again, invade angle, who's gonna stop me? Nobody, because realistically if Evelyn shows up, Gangplank can get through walls. If she shows up, she can't really kill me, but in the worst case scenario I E out, I blast one out, so you need to know your escape patterns, right? I'm just picking up her camp again, delaying her power spike item, her proto belt, so she does not get to accelerate in the game. I place her behind, and at the same time I get the lead by stealing her camp, so next XP gold lead in here. And in here I pick up the Scuttle Scrap. Probably I should ban third use the Scuttle Scrap and also the blue. That would be actually better, I just didn't see the Scuttle Scrap was up. And in here I even pick up the Scuttle Scrap from her, because in here Udyr is not always in a good position to pick up her camps and the Scuttle Scrap, right? So if I'm not here, she can pick up these objectives, because Udyr and Victor is not in position to steal these things, right? So you have to do it as a top laner if you want to have more impact over the game. In here again not much happens. Indeed I ult, you know, I commit into her. 2-7 must hate me, 2-7 hates me, I don't know why did I turn back. But I gave the kill to Udyr, which is fine, because he's gonna have a bit more impact than I do on the map. So in here, we are looking to dive him, but it just doesn't work out, because I missed my W in her. I think it was some type of prediction, or I think I just missed it. And in here we are invading again. He's stealing his cracks, his wolves, not wolves, I mean cracks, raptors, right? Because he can do it, because I'm mid lane. They can do much, most likely they are bot lane, so he can just steal camps again. I'm not following him up, he can most likely steal camps on his own, but what he's doing right now it's a bit greedy, but at the same time he's really tanky and he could just get out, you know, even if he gets caught, because of the resistances he already has. But this is a bit greedy what he does, but I think it should be fine because he's tank enough and he's mobile enough. In here I'm not following him up because I'm rather taking a tower in here and getting a minion wave, and also getting her wolves later on. In here I got kinda caught, but it's fine because I kinda fight my way out of the... Yep. I flash easy, of course. I had like the reaction time to do that, right? And in here I'm just moving my camera downwards, I'm rotating after shoving, thinking I need to pick it up, but he thought he flashed juice, but just because I was in here, but I think he couldn't flash into the bush, so yeah, I think he... Oh, did he have enough space? I don't know. I don't know if he can flash from in here, but he tried to flash juke, but I was there, so I saw him. So then he was like, oh well. Okay. Okay, now in here we are skipping, I'm just picking up the tower, he is forward, I W him, I Q. Now Twitch appears, so I'm not forcing it. I could then possibly pick up the Silas, but it's risky. So I'm not bothering, and in here Silas commits for some random reason, I Q. And in here flash is my thing, and in here he ults, and there's like a funny interaction where the blast phone gets procced and I get under tower. Sadly I couldn't kill him because he ulted, so it procs the blast phone as well, his ult. Even if I'm the primary target, so it was kinda bad. He also flashed, so that's fine. I get my Sherilda grudge, of course, building towards that dance. Not much happening in here. Oh, where am I? Oh, I'm dead right now. And in here, I don't think that there is any more reason to watch this game from this point of the game. The outcome of the game is really easy. We are slowly getting all the objectives, we are slowly ending the game. So we are getting up the main parts of the game. I mean, in here we are just getting some kills in general, like there's not much happening and we are slowly ending. So we got the main parts of how to abuse Evelyn in your games. Now, one thing, make sure you have lane priority, right? If you don't have lane priority, it's kind of bad to invade her, or if you're a jungler that can deal with her alone and you have mobility to get out, then that's totally fine. You can invade her alone as a jungler as well if you know her pathing, where she's pathing towards. Also, you can identify where does she start based on the leash she gets. For example, if the bot laners arrive later on in the lane, it means that she generally... you can also check if they used their mana right, it means generally she red starts. If not, Gangplank arrived late in lane, he has missing mana because he used his Q on blue, then that's totally fine. It means then, and he has no passive too probably, then it totally means that he leashed, right? So that's how you identify where he can start.